Have you ever been reading something and bam, you hit a word that just stops you in your tracks? We've all been there. Well, in this explainer, we're not just going to learn a few new words. We're actually going to build you a personal toolkit so you can master any new word you come across.
So, let's talk about why words matter. And look, this isn't some boring grammar lesson. This is about unlocking a whole new level of understanding. We're going to turn those little moments of confusion into flashes of, aha, I get it.
You know that feeling, right? You're cruising along, reading something important, and then a word you don't know just brings everything to a grinding halt. It's so frustrating, but we are about to build the tools to blow right past that for good.
And this is exactly why it's so important. I mean, imagine your teacher asks you to analyze a poem. If you have no idea what analyze means, you're stuck. You can't even start the assignment. So knowing these words isn't just about sounding smart, it's about having the power to actually do the work and succeed.
And get this, on any given day, the average person uses somewhere between 1,500 and 2,000 different words. That is a ton of communication, and every single one of those words is a tool. It just shows you how important a well-stocked vocabulary really is.
Because here's the thing, words are more than just labels. They are the actual building blocks of our thoughts. Think of them like Legos. The more blocks you have, and the more different kinds of blocks you have, the more awesome and complex things you can build, and the more clearly you can share your ideas with everyone else.
Which brings us to the really cool part, your personal vocabulary toolkit. Seriously, forget about trying to memorize long, boring lists of words. We are going to give you 4 super powerful, super simple strategies you can use to figure out pretty much any new word you find.
All right, here are the 4 essential tools for your kid. We've got 2 that are kind of creative, playing the association game, and really listening to how a word sounds. And then we have 2 that are more analytical, becoming a word detective and finding a word's twin. Let's jump in with the creative stuff first.
First up is the association game. This is all about using your imagination to create these fun, sticky connections in your brain that make a word's meaning impossible to forget.
So, the fancy term for this tool is a mnemonic device. I know, it sounds really complicated, but it's not. All it is a little memory clue, a little trick you create for yourself that connects a new word to its meaning. Okay, let's see how this works. For the word depressed, you could literally picture yourself pressing down on a button. That downward motion helps you remember the meaning. Or for distinctive, you might notice it has the word stink in it. And hey, a really bad stink is definitely distinctive. It stands out. See? The sillier, the better. All right. Our next creative tool is all about using your ears. Let's take this sentence. The judge was blunt when commenting on the performance. Now, forget the definition for a second. Just, how does that word sound to you? What does the sound of blunt make you think of?
The answer is brutally honest, and the sound of the word tells you everything. Just say it out loud. Blunt. It's short, it's harsh, it stops suddenly. It doesn't sound soft or gentle, does it? That harsh sound is a perfect match for a comment that's short, direct, and maybe a little harsh itself.
Okay, so we've played with our creative tools. Now it's time to switch gears and get a little more analytical. It's time to put on your detective hat and look for clues that are hidden inside the words themselves.
Okay, detective, let's check out our first case, the word industrious. It means hardworking. But let's pretend you didn't know that. How could you figure it out? Well, the biggest clue is hiding in plain sight.
Look closer. Right there, inside the word industrious, is another word you probably already know. Industry. And what do we think of when we hear industry? Work, factories, business, right? So, an industrious person is someone who is full of industry or hard work. Simple as that. Our final analytical tool is one you've probably heard of, but it is so powerful. It's all about finding a word's twin, its synonym. You see, connecting a new word to a word you already know is one of the quickest ways to make it stick.
And here are some perfect examples. If you come across the word convey, just connect it to communicate. For distinctive, link it to unique. For incident, think event. You're not starting from scratch. You're just building a simple bridge from a word you don't know to one you do.
All right, you officially have your toolkit, so let's do a really quick pop quiz to put your new skills to the test. You ready? Let's do this.
Okay, first, here's our word complex. It means something that has a lot of different parts, or something that's just difficult to understand, like a complex engine or a complex math problem.
So, if someone says a story's plot is complex, does that mean it's complicated, funny, or sad? You got it. The correct answer is complicated. And see how that works? Complex and complicated are synonyms. They even sound alike. That's using two of our tools at once.
So let's bring it all together. In just the last few minutes, we have built a really powerful, really practical toolkit for you to understand and remember new words.
So here it is, your complete vocabulary builder's toolkit. You can create those silly memory clues, you can listen to the sound of a word, you can look for clues hidden inside it, or you can find its twin. And the best part is, you can mix and match these for any word you find.
And that right there is the most important thing to take away from all of this. The goal isn't just to memorize a list. Who cares about that? The real goal is to master the process of learning, so you have the confidence to tackle any new word, anytime, anywhere.
So I'll leave you with this thought. You have the tools now. You know how to break down language and build understanding. So what are you going to do with them? What's the next complex idea you're ready to dive into and really analyze? The next move is yours.